Hello and welcome to What's the T in L&E. I'm Emily.
I'm Leah.
We are management side employment attorneys with Rogers. Leah, what are we here to talk about today?
Immigration.
Whew. I feel like I've been hearing about immigration everywhere, from clients, on the news. We were at a local business summit this morning and it was a big topic. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge part of our labor market here in the U.S. I mean, you're talking about seasonal workers, you're talking about H-1Bs, skilled engineers that may be coming here, or scientists, researchers, professors, universities rely a lot on them, as well as construction, the construction industry, restaurant industry. And we're not just talking undocumented. As I mentioned, we've got visas, and with the new Trump administration coming on board, a lot of companies are wondering, what does this mean for us?
So today we want to talk to you about why it's important to do an I-9 audit. An I-9 is a federal form that says that somebody can legally work in the United States. It doesn't necessarily establish proof of citizenship, just that you are legally permitted to work. So employers typically have to have employees fill these out within the first 3 days of their employment, I think.
Yep, and it's a form where basically the employee fills out, the new hire fills out one section, and the employer fills out another section. And you can, in certain circumstances now, one of the new rules is that you can actually do it remotely. So you can examine someone's documents remotely. If you're hiring a remote worker in Ohio and you're a company based out of Virginia, that's perfectly acceptable in certain circumstances. But let's say you're doing an I-9 audit, right? Well, first off, Emily, where should employers keep their I-9s after an employee fills out their section and the employer fills out their section and they examine the documents? What should they do with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Employers have to keep I-9s completely separate from other personnel files. That's a legal requirement, not just a best practices. So keep them separate.
And if it's electronic, make sure you have data security on that as well.
Absolutely. And so an I-9 audit involves going in and taking a look at I-9s and particularly keeping an eye out for any work authorizations that are close to expiration.
Yeah, and if they are close to expiration, making sure you let the employee know if they have expired, let the employee know, hey, this work authorization has expired or has not expired. I need you to step away from work for now if it has expired. If not, I need you to bring in, continued documents or documents that would continue to allow you to work here. And also, if you're going through and you see just general, parts of the form that are maybe not filled out or missing photocopies of certain documents that you should have, then what you want to do is you want to take a fresh I-9, you keep the old one, and the simplest way to fix or to complete your I-9 audit is to fill out the appropriate section if a section is missing, sign, date, initial, and attach it to the old one and put a little memo to the file together.
Absolutely. Finally, as we wrap up, like Leah said, in some ways I-9s are very straightforward. On the other hand, they can be very intricate. So take the time to really look at the instructions for remote verification, to really look at the memo requirements, and if you have any questions at all, I would recommend consulting counsel.
As well as wondering whether you should be using E-Verify or not. So thank you for joining us on What's the T, and we'll see you next time.